tough, good week of practice, but it just seemed like the longer we waited to play today, the little more casual everybody got. But I was really proud of the way our team responded, especially in the second half. I thought we put together 2 or 3 really good drives throughout the second half, and defensively, thought we played well in the game. I just thought that we gave up a few plays that those are the kind of plays that we're going to need to make in the future that turn out to be sort of explosive plays that we're in pretty good position on, and we need to try to make some of those plays. I think that getting more turnovers, emphasizing that, which we have emphasized quite a bit, is going to be really important to. We've been doing a good job of taking care of the ball, but we just need to get more turnovers on defense. I thought the pass rush was pretty good. I don't know about the sacks, but we affected the quarterback quite a bit. So we're going to have to do some things to improve our coverage. I think special teams was an asset for us. The one ball that took a bounce and hit one of our guys, it's kind of the way the ball bounces sometimes. It was an awareness play, and everybody will learn from it. I think Christian could have done a better job of moving toward the ball instead of away from it, to call everybody off the ball and give them the signal, because I don't think the people saw him giving the signal that he wasn't going to catch the ball. But obviously, we have a lot of things that we can improve on, and it's going to be important that we do so, because now we're going to be in the league play, and we're going to play some really good teams here down the road. Probably, if the teams aren't in the top 25, they probably certainly deserve to be. So every team that we play is going to be a really good team here for a pretty good stretch now. So I think the players' focus and attention to detail and creating good habits is going to be a real key to us continuing to improve as a team. TJ Yeldon strained his hamstring a little bit. I don't think it's anything serious. Denzel sprained his shoulder. I don't think it's anything serious. But we just chose not to play the guys anymore in this particular game. Gives other people an opportunity to play, and why put the guys at risk when you're getting ready to head into league play, the next week. I don't think anybody else had an injury. D. White, did pregame warm-up. We wanted him to work out today in pads, which he has been doing, for several days this week, and we're hopeful that we'll get him back in practice next week.
And I know you haven't had the benefit of watching film. How do you think a young guy like Jabril Washington, I guess not so young, and then Tony Brown played that?
Well, they did some good things. They made some mistakes, things that they can learn from and get better. But Jabril's not a very big guy, but he certainly is a tremendous competitor for us and has been in the system for a long time, so he knows what's going on. Obviously, losing Nick, for a half next week will, have to create some situations for us at safety, next week in the first half. But we just have to work through that and see how we end up. And now that we lost Jerry, who's a safety, and Nick for half of the game, we're getting a little thin there, especially when some of those guys play star too. So when you're playing a team that you play a lot of nickel against, which we will when we play Florida for sure, get a little thin. Really good week. We thought he was well prepared for the game. And I didn't feel real comfortable with the way the game was going, and it just didn't feel right to make a change. Do we want to continue to work both quarterbacks and try to develop both guys? Absolutely. Jake needs to play and needs to develop confidence. But I think we're going to have to make the decisions on a week-to-week basis on what we think gives us the best opportunity to win. Right now, Blake probably is a little more confident. So if that remains that way, he's probably going to start the game. He started every game so far, but we have a lot of confidence in Jake. I just think Jake needs to play.
Just looking at the defensive line, it seemed like there's a lot of pressure on Mullins in the pocket. But what did you see from some of those guys and what had it improved from last game?
Well, when they were in 4 wideouts or empty, when I mean, they threw the ball about 100% of the time. I think they finally ran it once in the fourth quarter. And, you know, we have a lot of respect for them and their ability to, they've got some good receivers, guys that have really good size, and are very athletic and have good hands. And the quarterback has played better for them in every game that he's played. And, you know, I think our front guys did a good job of putting pressure on them. I can't, you know, I watch the coverage and who's covering who and all that. I can't really, without watching the film, you know, I just know when there's pressure on the quarterback and the ball has to come out. And I thought it was good overall. Jonathan Allen, I know, did a pretty good job. He's been doing a good job for us all year long. So, and we have more guys that can rush. We just got to give them experience. So, and you know, a lot of them got some experience tonight.
Can you identify anything that has improved markedly from game one to now, and then something that's maybe not where you want it to be from game one to now?
Well, you know, I wish that, you know, I think that we have to be able to run the ball a little more consistently and effectively. You know, we seem to do pretty well when we run the ball on the perimeter, but our inside running game has not been as good as we'd like for it to be. I think, you know, Jake called play the wrong way on the goal line, so he got sacked because of it. But, you know, we've been doing a pretty good job in pass protection, but we're going to play against a lot better pass rushers. You know, those things I would say offensively, I think we need to get more people involved offensively. You know, Coop's had, you know, a great start here, but we have other guys that are the players that, you know, Chris Blackmouth dropped the ball tonight. I mean, you know, he's a capable playmaker, and we need for those guys to play and get confidence. Get D. White back will help us. Christian Jones had 4 catches tonight. We need to get more guys involved. I think all of our runners have, you know, showing signs of playing really well at times. So I just think everybody needs to keep improving. You know, you know, you're making your legacy right now in terms of the kind of football you play and the kind of football team we have. You know, I told the players yesterday, I said, you know what, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the road, somebody somewhere, whether it's the barbershop or the used car lot, it's going to come up that you played football at Alabama. And the next question that's going to get asked is they're going to say, when? And you're going to tell them 2014. And then they're going to say something based on the identity that you created individually and collectively as a team this year. Just take our teams. Last year's team, how about 11 and 10? How about 9? I mean, every time I say one of those years, something pops in your head. Something pops in my head. I spend a little more time with them than you do, all right? But something pops in my head in every one of those. Some of it's good, some of it's not so good. But most of the time, it's not so good when you don't feel like the team reached its full potential, when you didn't do a good enough job with the players to get them to play like they needed to play, or to buy in like they needed to buy in. So that's going to be really important for this team to continue to do, because if we're going to win as a team. We're not going to win because of individual great players, and I think everybody's got to buy into that, and you know, everybody's got to continue to work hard to get better.